Hello Eurovision fans, thank you so much for coming to my channel. Today I will rate the Romanian entry for Eurovision 2023, Theodor with his song D.G.T. I will be looking at different aspects of the song and performance, as always, giving points, and then I will also make a prediction of whether Romania can qualify to the final in May. Now, with this song and performance, I think it's especially important to know what the lyrics are about, because the performance is quite unique, I think. So let's look at the lyrics together. However much I write, he begins with any skill, with any style, or how smooth. She brings me into a movie. I feel like a child. I spin around like a vinyl, because I want to be an actor in her movie. So he's singing about a woman, quite obviously, that he is quite obsessed with, it seems, because he says he wants to be an actor in her movie. And apparently she also drives him a little bit crazy, because he says he's turning around like a vinyl. And then the part, I feel like a child, that seems almost like she is controlling him, like a mother would a child. And so the stage is set for an interesting song about an interesting relationship, I think. Let's look at the next lyrics, and these are: she plays with my fingers, this is the chorus. I can trust her, but she lies so beautifully. She turns me upside down. And here you see this opposition between good and bad sides of love. He trusts her, he sings, but she also lies to him beautifully. So something wonderful that can happen in love, that you trust someone completely, but then something bad that can happen, that they lie to you. And she turns him upside down. So again, it seems like she's driving him a little bit crazy. And then we get into the raunchy part of the song, which I find quite interesting, because it says she talks dirty, and then it goes on: I'm begging you, I'm on my knees, take your clothes off, step on me. Wow, okay. So it's a bit 50 Shades of Eurovision at this point. Very dominant, his partner, I guess, and he wants her to be dominant. He wants her to step on him. I think that's the first time I've ever heard that in a Eurovision song. And I'm lost in your bed sheets, he continues, trying to get closer with marks on my neck and your makeup all over. Aha. So it's a song about making love, or in this case, maybe not, because he wants her to step on him. So it's a bit very raunchy for a Eurovision song, especially. And I guess now the performance makes a bit more sense as well. So now about the lyrics, I do find them very interesting, but I'm not 100% sure whether that's a good thing in this case, because I think it's a bit trying to be controversial, trying to be raunchy, and I'm not 100% sure how I feel about that. But I am giving 3 out of 5 points because I find them interesting. They're not bland, at least. Now the voice, I do love his voice quite a lot. He has a very interesting rock voice. I think it's very raunchy and growling almost, and this is very fitting for this kind of topic and this kind of song. So I really, really like it, but there's also a bit of a problem, because in some parts he's not putting the microphone to his mouth, and you can't really hear what he is singing. And there were some off notes as well. But because I like his voice so much, I'm giving 4 out of 5 points for the voice. For the lyrics, I wanted to add that I would start the song in English so people know what is going on and why the performance is in this way, and then have parts in Romanian. I love national languages. I'm a sucker for national languages. But in this case, or in most cases actually, I would start in English and then have some Romanian, so people just know right away what the song is about. His personality, I think, is quite interesting, and the way he performs, he is very natural. I think he's an actor, which you can kind of see. He brings the message across quite well. The look looks a bit like Beetlejuice to me. And if you're German, maybe you remember Daniel Kübelböck. That's the first association I had. But overall, he looks like a cool dude who can really get across the message of the song, which is about making love. And I'm giving 4 out of 5 points for his personality. Now we come to the difficult part, and that's the performance. I said with the voice that he's moving around a lot, and I think he is moving around way too much. I think there's way too much happening. You have the 2 lady dancers with not a lot of clothes on. You have the 2 guys bare-chested with a leather jacket, which I am not against, I can tell you. But I felt like it was a bit messy and there was just too much going on. It's not really helping make you understand what the song is about, especially when he writes in the book. I understand with the lyrics, but then these lady dancers are behind him, then the guys come in. It's a bit too much, I think. I would really concentrate on him, on his charisma, and on him delivering this raunchy rock song. I think he can do it really, really well. Maybe have 1 or 2 dancers, but there's too much happening. There's one part where it's just walking to this platform thing for like 20 minutes and no one is looking at the camera and it looks like he's just walking around on the stage. So not great. And then I have to say this make love, not war thing. We all agree with the message. We all want the war to end. But in this kind of performance and with this message in the song, I really feel like it's a bit gimmicky and trying to get on the bandwagon. So that's also not helping that much. So I'm only giving 1 out of 5 points for this performance. There's a lot of potential. They can improve it a lot till Eurovision. I hope they do. The song is interesting. It's a bit monotonous in parts. I know there are lots of things happening, but it's quite repetitive in what is happening. I like the chorus. I think it's very catchy, quite catchy, not very catchy. And it kind of reminds me of both the performance and the song, actually, of Andorra in, I think, 2006, Sense Tu, which came last in its semifinals, so not great for Romania that it reminds me of that. But it kind of has the same chorus in a way, or a similar chorus, and a very similar performance. But nothing that special, unfortunately, in the song. Nothing really kept me interested or kept me hooked. But because it's quite catchy, especially the chorus, I'm giving 2 out of 5 points. As you can see, the song and the performance are weighed more than the other parts. And so we get to an overall rating of 2.5 points for Romania. Now I want to predict whether Theodor and Romania can make it to the final in Liverpool. And I think with the performance as it is right now, it will be quite difficult to make it to the final. And Romania doesn't really have a track record of getting the performance just right, unfortunately. So in that part, it could be a bit difficult. But I do think he has the charisma and the voice also to carry this performance. And I think the theme of the song might appeal to some televoters. So I am predicting that he is qualifying, but barely. I think he will be 9th, 10th in his semi-final, maybe 11th, and then he doesn't make it. So he's kind of a borderliner for me at the moment. If they improve the performance quite a lot, it might be different. But for the moment, this is my verdict. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have a completely different opinion about this song and performance, if you love it, if there's something I'm missing in the meaning of the lyrics, for example. And if you want more reviews, predictions, lyric translations of Eurovision songs 2023 and videos about Eurovision history, please subscribe to my channel. And see you. Bye-bye.